It takes a lot of work, time, and money to produce all the content we have here at 7 Lamb. If you enjoy our shows and would like to help us out, we're on Patreon. You can visit patreon.com/7 Lamb. We have multiple tiers to choose from with tons of bonus content like scripts, extra episodes, bloopers, talks with the cast, and early ad-free releases. Our patrons are a big help and allow us to keep producing quality content. So if you'd like to help us out, once again, that's patreon.com/7 Lamb. The number 7, LAMB. Thanks. I'll let you talk about that one. Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Alter Ego After Dark.
That's right.
Ooh, it is After Dark.
We happen to be recording later in the day than we normally would, and it's daylight savings time, so it is black outside.
I am sleepy.
I'm kind of sleepy too, and it's chilly outside, so it makes me want to be in the blanket.
It's Florida chilly.
Yeah, it's
okay.
65 right now.
Outside, it's 95 in this podcast studio, so we're...
That's inaccurate for the first time in forever.
We didn't even put the air on this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we didn't have to.
Oh. Saving 7 Lamb on some electric bills, I see.
Damn right. I try to save us money everywhere
All
I can.
17 cents.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, everybody. Hey, Mark.
Hello.
Hey, Megan. How are you?
Hello.
Oh, goodness.
How are you, babe?
Hello.
I'm just living the dream right now. Living out loud with my two best friends.
Oh.
Hanging out in the stewed.
The stewed.
You'd have to
Stewed
go
with the
home and
dude.
change and get comfy before the
Dude,
podcast.
For the first time in a while, I didn't have to come here in my work attire
You usually hear all business.
and have my wonderful wife bring me clothing to change into.
That was nice to not have to do.
Yeah.
When I have to scurry around the house looking for my own socks, and then I have to scurry around the house looking for his socks.
You should get a sock drawer where
Oh,
all the
yeah.
socks go into one specific drawer.
That's
Yeah,
genius.
that's
we should
legitimate.
do that.
That's
Instead of
legit.
just putting them in random places in your
Oh, my
house.
God.
Yeah, that's a
You
good
know where I
point.
saw a killer setup? Ford Supply Company.
They have sock drawers?
Oh,
They
seamless.
do. And full disclosure, people out there who are like, God, I'm so sick of his ads the way that he reads them every week. I don't have them today.
Oh, you
I
don't?
100% completely forgot them. But I do know who our sponsors are, and Ford Supply is one of them. And they have been so beyond gracious
I'm trying to be quiet.
in giving
over
us
here.
a free sample that Crinkly over there is opening up on the microphone. Can you hear that?
He apparently doesn't know when I spend money.
Opening our care package from Ford
Yeah.
Supply Company. I think Megan should try and read the Ford Supply ad from memory.
I think she should.
After
From
hearing it
memory,
30 times
read
in
it
a row.
and organically mention those 3 brand new scents in there when you do it.
And
Ready?
a 3,
Oh, my God.
2, 1.
This is not, I don't like this. I don't like what you're doing to me. Ford Supply Company, maker of all natural soaps for men. Something,
Organic.
something, something, something organic with scents like woodberry, evergreen, and frostbite. New scents called it Real Soap No Bullshit. You can
Well-
find them all over the internet.
At least we know we'll have at least one sponsor next week, and
Oh,
that'll be
boy.
Tony and Nello's.
I'm so sorry. I
Southern
wasn't
Italian
ready.
Cuisine and Grill. Check them out at facebook.com, Tony and Nello's. We tag them in literally everything, so if you can't find them, I don't know how you got this far.
How'd you find us if you can't find them?
Yeah, if you found us and you can't find them, well, sorry.
Do you want me to
Speaking
talk
of,
about the new scents real quick?
Speaking of them, yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
wait, do
We'll
the Tony and
interrupt
Nello's
the Tony
first.
and
I'm
Nello's
sorry.
spot for that.
I'm going to get fired.
We're all going on Sunday
Yes,
to
we
go
are.
eat their delicious food.
I've been thinking about it all week.
Yeah,
Too.
I can't decide what I want. Like,
I'm never not thinking about it.
I'm thinking of the roots, just because we haven't had it in so long. I'm thinking a little penne alla vodka with some
Oh.
scallops and mushrooms.
Bringo.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
thinking maybe I might change my mind between now and then, but I'm hungry, so I kind of want that, and I want pizza, and I want mozzarella balls and wedding soup, and I want all of it. I'm so hungry right now. I just
I
can't.
think I'm just
Lord.
going to go to Nello and say, you know what, surprise me.
You usually do.
And he usually
and he
does.
smashed you in the face.
Ha!
Oh, here's some
Yeah.
pizza.
So tell us about those wonderful scents you got over there.
Okay.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
So these are the winter Or would you say holiday? What would you like? What would you say, Mark?
They're winter.
Like a
I
winter?
believe their press release is winter.
Okay.
Seasonal soaps.
So Woodberry is a spiced cranberry soap bar. It smells exactly as advertised. Spiced cranberry. That's like the perfect name. Yeah, that's perfect. I love it.
All of our fans are like, we don't care.
Evergreen.
Everybody smell your
Send us
fingers.
the
Yeah.
soap.
Evergreen is cedarwood and spice soap. It's very manly. It's exactly what I would expect a man who chops down trees would smell like.
And it's green with red
and it's
speckles.
green with red speckles. I didn't even describe. This one's like a pink. The Woodberry is like a.
It's
like
a manly light
pink,
red.
like a mauve. Is like
Mauve?
Mauve.
Mouth.
But Evergreen is a very, very attractive looking light green with little red specks in it, and it smells like a Christmas tree for real. And
Okay.
then there's Frostbite, which is mint and vanilla. I can't even describe the way that this smells.
Smells like
lot-
a
it smells-
frozen tundra.
Yes, yes. And it's like a baby blue with what are these speckles in
Did
here?
you
Mark?
rehearse that?
That's oatmeal
Oh.
for exfoliation.
Oh,
Oh.
then this one I need extra of this one.
Wash your butt with that.
Oatmeal soap is very
Take
good
off
for
all the
your
chips.
skin. So they all smell outstanding. I'm going to go home and shower 3 different times.
Can we get into the news, please?
Sure.
Yes. Well, the
I
3
felt
pack's
like that
available
was-
for the
There's things
next
to
2.5
talk
weeks,
about.
so
So
get
wait,
on
wait,
it.
wait. They have a 3-pack going deal that was a Black Friday thing, Cyber Monday, and it's you get all 3 for $15. And
really
you get
sad.
a free sticker.
Really sad when she
Christmassy.
just face plants on the ad and then keeps coming back to it.
No, guys. Let's
Force
push through.
Supply has
If
turned
you-
off our ad in their break room.
If you gave me a chance to prepare,
Oh, because I'm given a chance to prepare?
you read it off of a piece of paper.
There's so much tissue paper in there,
There
and
is.
that's all I can hear.
Sorry.
Okay.
Little ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, news.
Spare
Since
me.
you got to be a jerk about it.
I do. I do have to be a jerk about it. I was actually pretty surprised. I'm going to have to go back. If there's anything we've talked about, tell me and we'll move forward. But
I don't know
for
any
whatever
news
reason,
stories.
it's really jumbled today. This one is Marvel canceling a lot of comics that were getting ready to come out.
Ooh.
Canceling entire
Didn't hear about that.
lines. Yeah.
What?
So Ironheart is the young lady who's replacing, I don't want to say replacing Tony Stark, but she's kind of a Iron Man-esque character.
The next generation.
Never read her, hasn't really
It hasn't
struck
been
my
around
interest.
that long. Yeah.
That one got canceled. Amazing Spider-Man Annual and Amazing Spider-Man Daily Bugle 3 through 5 canceled.
Never
These
read
were
Daily
all
Bugle.
comics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all
I wonder
comic
how
ones.
many.
Was there an explanation as to why they canceled them?
There's probably like 8 Spider-Man series going at the same time.
I've got to go ahead and say, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, we're seeing them begin King and Black very soon, and they're probably looking at these and going, "Is this really worth continuing?"
That came
And
out
they started
yesterday.
Symbiote Spider-Man, so
Yeah.
like, do we keep the Daily Bugle series or Symbiote Spider-Man
So
series?
there are some names in here though that I haven't listed yet that I'm like, huh, this is really weird that these particular ones would be canceled. I'm not caught up on any of all but one of them. One of them I have been reading and it's been canceled, and that's Scream: Curse of Carnage, and that got canceled. So I'm kind of like, huh, wonder why.
There could be a rhyme or reason story-wise.
Ghost Rider 8 and 9 canceled. Doctor Strange number 7 canceled. Morbius 6 through 8 canceled. Scream: Curse of Carnage, I said that. Silver Surfer Black got canceled. Well, that's Director's Cut 1 and 2, so that's a recut.
So wait, they originally had plans to write beyond a certain issue, and they just canceled them right in the middle?
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
these
that's
all sound...
frustrating.
Which, I mean, like, it
Yeah.
sounds... They just sound like low numbers, so are they just not selling well, I wonder?
That's what I'm going to assume.
They must have
honestly,
just looked
I mean-
at a line sheet and just went, okay,
Yeah.
what are the bottom 8 things? Cut
get rid of
them.
I mean, I doubt that at this point that would have been a COVID-related thing. I feel like a lot of people are figuring out the work life right now.
Yeah. I don't know, but that
It's
was
unfortunate.
interesting to see them canceling
that-
it. I
yeah,
wonder
that is
I wonder
unfortunate.
what the specific reason is, but, it is what it is.
Maybe they
I
each
hate-
have different reasons. Who knows?
Can we get to the brand new Star Wars character that was introduced?
Well, brand new to us.
Wait, Jeans guy.
Wait, what? Oh,
Jeans guy.
Jeans guy.
I
May the
saw so
force
many
be with
memes
him.
for this, and I'm like, I didn't catch it in the episode.
I didn't either. So in the not the most recent, but the one before the most recent episode,
Chapter 14,
when Mando
13, I believe.
reconnects with the OG squad,
Mm-hmm.
which is I think Cara Dune and one other, and the guy who's Carl Weathers. I forget his character's name. I always do. There's a scene where they're in a gun battle, and there's obviously a grip or a sound guy or something that's standing in the back. It's already been cut out, but nobody caught Gene's guy.
Oh my! It's like the Game of Thrones Starbucks cup
Yeah.
situation.
Oh boy.
How'd nobody catch that?
I don't even
How many
understand.
eyes watch that show before it goes
How
live
many people
on
were
Disney
looking
Plus?
directly at that screen and nobody said, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to applaud the hero that saw it and said, you know what? Let it go."
Yes, because there has to be all the amount of people that were on set has to have been someone.
Well, you know what? I've done video editing before, and
Yeah.
I've been
You've been that guy.
a victim of watching the same thing 10 times, and you get like blurry vision, like you don't even see it anymore.
yeah.
So I can understand
You
that.
see, you're looking at the setting around it and what
Yeah.
belongs there, and you're not thinking. Yeah, I guess I don't know.
Somebody was
That's
like, "Hey, there's Dave. You see
Yeah.
Dave back there?
What's
Leave it.
Dave doing?
Let Dave get some screen time."
This week's episode brought to you by Levi's.
Is
Yeah.
Gene's guy in the credits though?
No.
no.
He's
That's
not.
unfortunate.
He's not. He's probably there as a grip or a set hand, but not as a starring role as he should be.
Look at the grip on that
Those
guy.
Levi's were force sensitive, and you know it. Star Wars.
Oh boy.
Another bit of Mando news here. Sasha Banks says she doesn't know if we're going to get to see her character ever again.
I don't know. I thought that she looked kind of cool.
I thought she looked cool. Did you hear about how she got cast?
Did it have anything
Not
to
about
do with
how
Snoop
she
Dogg?
got cast.
She was not cast because of her supposed fame in WWE and all that.
Right.
She was cast because a casting director saw her on Hot Ones on YouTube.
Get out of here.
They're like, "Oh, that girl. Well, she's a wrestler too. Oh, that's cool, but I like her."
Yeah.
That's
She
crazy.
She fit the.
She's on national television every week on Fox,
Uh,
and she got found on a YouTube show.
She's very charismatic.
Oh, she's great.
We all watch wrestling in this room. We
Mm-hmm.
can't deny that she is one of the better performers in WWE right now.
I like her style. That's definite. I
She
like
is-
the high boots and the little booty shorts. Yeah, I like that style.
Me too.
Well, the
yeah, it's
underwear.
great. But she is a wonderful person.
That's what
so
I hear.
that makes me very happy.
That's what I hear is that her persona in the ring is absolutely nothing like how
who
she
she
is.
is.
She's
for
a
real.
sweetheart.
She does a lot of stuff on Up, Up, Down, Down with Xavier Woods,
Mm-hmm.
which we'll be coming back to shortly.
Ooh.
Elizabeth Olsen has started filming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm so excited
Oh
for
my
this.
god.
Speechless.
I've seen some rumors that she might be the bad guy.
What?
I could
Are
not.
we getting like a House of M kind of
right?
situation?
I could not be more into that idea.
Yeah.
Like a confused Wanda or something going wrong with her because she lost vision. Who knows?
Mental crack and just
Sitting
swoop.
there on autopilot, and who knows? I would be so into that.
I think it's great because people who've read X-Men comics know how powerful she is.
Exactly.
But people that are familiar with the MCU and are newer to all of this are just like, "Oh, she's a cool character." Just wait till shit starts breaking down.
Exactly.
It is limitless.
You want to get an idea of how strong she is? You tell me in Endgame who had the best showing against Thanos that wasn't named Carol Danvers.
Mm-hmm.
In the first one,
I didn't think Carol
it's
Danvers.
Scarlet Witch.
I didn't think that Carol Danvers had the best.
She did.
showdown.
He headbutted her right in the face, and she didn't move.
I know,
She
but like
kicked his
aesthetically,
ass.
I thought I like Scarlet Witch better.
I did too.
Especially because there was so much emotion in it because she's already had that interaction with him, and obviously that went south for her. So
That's because
No.
Captain Marvel has no emotion. That's why.
I
that is also a thing.
I
That could be a
think
casting issue.
as
though.
far as power is concerned, they both showed a good amount of power. But you're right. There was a lot
There was-
more emotion,
yeah.
a lot more build up for.
We care more.
Yeah.
We're more
We
invested.
knew why she was angry.
What
Yeah.
does he say to her? I don't even know you. Oh, well,
You will.
You will, or something.
Mhm.
You took everything from me. I don't even know who you are. You will.
You will. And you're just like,
Oh, I just started
She said
watching
you will, and I
Infinity
was
War
like,
again
We're
for like the 6th time.
yeah.
only 6. All right.
know.
Well, join us
Amateur hour.
Join us in the VIP lounge when you're
Shut
done.
up, loser.
Ow.
Sorry.
Godzilla
Gorilla.
versus King Kong.
I mean, that's half right.
reportedly going to follow a lot of other movies and skip the theaters and go straight to streaming.
Mm-hmm. I
Don't
want
care,
to see
just
that
wanna
on a
watch
big
it.
screen.
Yeah.
That's an IMAX scenario all day long.
I don't know. I mean, if you come to our house and sit on the very edge of our couch, it's pretty close to this.
It's very immersive.
Let's turn the sound bar all the way up.
Wake up the neighbors. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I was, first of all, I just want to see it. I want to see it so bad. I'm like, I don't care. Just give me the fucking movie.
Yeah.
But you're right, because Kong Skull Island, that was a dope movie. That was really, really good.
Marvel movies, Star Wars movies, and monster movies, I liked being in the theater. Everything else, take it or leave it. I'll go to the movies for comedies and stuff like that, but it's not, it doesn't have that value like a big CGI heavy movie.
Real quick, best movie you ever saw in the theaters?
Infinity
Endgame.
War.
Endgame, Infinity War, The Departed.
You love The Departed.
I love that movie.
I don't know.
And
Well,
also, I posted a funny story
have a
about my
secondary
first
answer.
time watching Dawn of the Dead on my social media. If you haven't heard that story, check
I think
it out.
you've told that
Or
story on
Alter
air,
Ego.
haven't you?
Yeah, I might have.
Yeah.
And
my
other,
second one is
in other Seven Lamb ventures, I've definitely.
Oh,
told
you've told me that story personally.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
very
my
special.
second best is probably Avatar. That movie was excellent in the theaters.
I hated Avatar in theaters. I never wanted to see it again. You know why? Because somebody bought us 3D tickets, and I can't do
the
that.
first, I saw it twice, and I saw it both ways.
So is that your worst movie theater experience?
No.
Oh, I know what your worst one is.
Yeah.
You told me that story too.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have a movie theaters episode and just talk about
Yeah.
all of our experiences.
Because
in
I have
the
a
movie
really
theater.
bad one too, but
Just
we'll
we
save that for an
probably-
episode.
You know what?
Yeah.
We really should do that because we could talk about. It could be a movies episode, but since nobody's been able to go to the movies for the last several,
We could
months.
finally get a good list in, too.
Yes.
All right.
A little listicle.
Let's do that.
Some images from Castlevania Season 4 have been revealed.
Have you watched that show? Marky Mark.
No. I love the games.
I bet
though.
you Jen would love it.
Marcus,
It's American anime. I can't get behind it.
have
Yeah.
you watched a frame of it?
Not one frame.
Okay,
should.
Ryan. Looking at you, bud. Who's not
Oh no,
here.
am I the new Ryan?
No.
There will never be anybody that can replace Ryan. Justin, unless you're listening. No, I'm kidding. I love you both. It's a really good show. You should check it
You
out.
should, you
Get
should.
through episode 1 and don't
through-
want to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
then
I was
I'll
like,
believe you.
Get through 45 seconds.
I was
going
gonna
to
say
one.
you started with the get through, and when people always tell me that, like, okay, you got to get through the first season.
It's not.
I
No,
know.
it's not.
You went the opposite way.
Right.
Yes.
You're like, I dare you to get through the first episode.
And not want to
and
watch
not
the rest.
continue to watch it.
Yeah.
He's not wrong there.
Spider-Man news. I was having a conversation with my friend Manny today about Spider-Man and how this is starting to get so many wild rumors about this movie. It's either going to live up to all of it, or it's going to maybe
Crash
be a
and burn.
clunker.
This is gonna be a mess, man.
It is. It's a busy ass movie, and
Yep.
they're talking about giving the actor who plays Ned. My buddy Rhino messaged me about this. He goes, "Jacob Batalon's getting a bigger role." I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?"
And
He
he's
goes,
skinny
Ned.
now.
He goes, Ned. I go, Ned? Who the fuck is Ned? And then he's like, the Spider-Man's buddy. I'm like, oh, I know that guy. Come on, man. Why would you come at me with Jacob Batalon like I'm looking at everybody's
Hey,
name in the
be
credits?
nice. He's a big fan of the show.
He is, but it doesn't mean we talk a lot. He must talk to you.
He only talks to him in his character name.
No, be right. Hey, it's Ned from Spider-Man. Saw it.
He
Saw it.
have you seen any pictures of him recently?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
He
he's
lost
so
like
much
over 100
weight.
pounds. Like it's
Is there-
ridiculous.
There's a rumor that he might play a villain.
Oh.
Might be a goblin situation.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be interesting
Very
as
interesting.
hell.
That's not the news that I have. It's just teased that he has a bigger role coming up in the next movie, which Rhino's the one who said he saw that he might play Goblin, and apparently in the comics, the character of Ned is playing Goblin right now. So I would love to see that because the only part I loved about the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire was that James Franco was his best buddy, and they ended up getting at odds.
Yeah.
And Ned and Spider-Man have been at it with each other since day one. So I would love to see that kind of twist. That would be really cool. Okay.
Another
Jeans
bow
Guy's
to
already
Jeans
been
Guy.
taken out. Rip Jeans Guy. I want to do an episode on this particular comic. Every time it comes out, as soon as I get home, I read it and I tell her, you need to read this comic. And she's like, I will.
What comic?
Wait, where's my button?
Nope.
That's it.
You lost the buttons.
You should. I tell Rob we need to mark them, but he doesn't do that. I was like, you should read this comic. She's like, and it's Maestro. I am
He
very much
literally
enjoying
does.
Maestro.
You say it in the comic book store. You say it sometimes on the way home, and you always say it when you pull it out of the package, and
After
then
I'm
you
done
say
reading
it
it.
again after you're done reading it. It's like it always happens.
It's a moment that has gotten me into comics and characters and stuff like that. Is every time somebody goes, "Oh, Maestro's in," I'm like, "Oh, yay! I get to go home and read this thing." I'm so excited, and it was good, very, very good. Good cliffhanger for the next issue. I won't spoil it though.
Yeah, don't do that because I need to read it. All 4 issues.
Okay, I'm going to get into a few more things before we just get rolling into this episode here. First and foremost, Xavier Woods joins the reboot of G4. Yep. Up, Up, Down, Down is his streaming show where he does video games, playthroughs, all that kind of stuff. He recently, as we talked about, got added in Gears of War.
So cool.
This dude, what can he not do?
I was going to say,
Can he sing?
He's a doctor.
I'm sure he can.
Yeah.
I almost guarantee he can sing.
Yeah, he can do anything.
Xavier, can you sing? Tweet us, please.
Imagine okay, G-Force coming back. He's like, I would like to be a host for your show. Oh, what are your qualifications? I'm a doctor. I'm a current WWE superstar on national television. They're like, okay.
I run my own show.
I'm in Gears of War as a playable character. You're hired.
Okay.
I mean, for a video
seriously.
game, like, come on.
He goes to video game tournaments. He does all kinds of crazy stuff, man. He is just, I don't know.
I wonder how this all works because other superstars aren't allowed to even be on Twitch.
Right.
But he's allowed to host a whole television network.
Up, down, down with all those superstar personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason that is
pre
doesn't matter
his WWE
because a lot of
days?
no, it was not.
Okay.
Now him being a video game fan, apparently that's been his whole life.
Yeah, but that's a fan. I didn't know if
Yeah,
maybe he had the
it's-
up, down, down thing going on in a previous life, or
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know.
because he's a doctor,
did.
he knows how to draw up legal documents better than most of the people in the world. I don't know.
But
He was a good attorney.
he
I
had
don't know.
he had up, down, down separate from everything else. WWE, I believe, acquired it.
Okay,
That's part
well,
of it, and it's like a revenue split. Blah blah blah. They push it.
It has to be. They're probably boosting the crap out of his stuff
They
too.
maybe sponsor. in
But
some
he's
form.
not going anywhere. WWE
He's going to be a lifer there.
knows that he is definitely a cash cow. He's a huge personality. I wouldn't put him, as far as wrestling goes, on the same level as The Rock, but the exposure that he has is crazy. There's a reason he's been with New Day for as long as he has. Kofi Kingston kind of really wasn't doing much. Big E wasn't really doing much. You stick him with Xavier Woods, they're superstars.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who does the show with him and does left, right, Tyler Breeze, credits his career still being at WWE to Xavier Woods.
Jesus.
He's like, I was going to get kicked out, and I knew I was getting fired, and Xavier Woods came to me and said, no, we're going to go out, we're going to shoot some new promos, we're going to think of a good character for you, we're going to go downtown, we're going to take pictures, we're going to do all this, and we're going to come back to them on Monday with this. You're not going anywhere. And it's true. That's what happened. You need that kind of energy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Woods is one of those individuals I'm like, we can't lose Xavier.
Yeah.
We just can't. He's too good. Oh, geez Louise. There's a lot of news. But we had our tournament last week with movies, films, and flicks
Oh, how'd that
of
go?
rotten movies.
I haven't seen the results
Somebody
of
in
it
this
yet.
room won. And I will say it was 3-1.
Well, I seen Evil Grin
we
coming
had
to
a
the
lot
right
of,
of me.
we
so-
had a lot of chances. But
Sorry.
yes, Megan won hands down. Boom! She wiped the floor with him. And her squad, if you want to remember what that was, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, and Green Lantern. Yeah. Mark beat
Catwoman?
me with his 3 Punishers.
Come on,
And
people.
Megan beat you with Cow.
And then I beat Mark, the other
Oh.
Mark.
Here was a discussion piece that I wanted to. Here's a discussion piece I wanted to ask in front of you.
Uh-oh.
Do we really need more Batman movies?
Technically, no. I'm good for a little bit of a break.
Right?
If
I
this
was
one does
thinking-
not, if this Pattinson one does not go well, and
We're
it's
never
not,
gonna ever see
and
Batman
it's not
again.
a Dark Knight level franchise, give it 10 years off.
Please stop. Yeah.
Please stop this slow burn.
Yeah.
The bleed.
Yeah. I mean, Batman, poor guy. He's been through a lot at this point. He really has.
Give somebody else a try. Do a Booster Gold movie. Do a Blue Beetle movie. Do other out-of-the-box things. When they got sick of doing Superman movies, they tried a Shazam. Look how great Shazam was. I love Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shazam instantly got a reboot. Now he's going to be throwing hands with The Rock. It's going to be great.
So try something else.
Thor Love and Thunder star Natalie Portman reacts to Hemsworth's muscle photo because he's doing the biopic for Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I'm going to look like his little grandma next to him. Natalie, everyone looks like Chris Hemsworth's little grandma standing next to that dude.
How much news do we have?
One more.
Oh, my God.
One more.
Okay.
It was that you just posted?
Some surprise pops just got released.
Oh.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, anything good leak out of that? Or just what you'd expect?
Just good looks at Baron Zemo, Falcon, and Winter Soldier.
I saw the Zemo one.
Yeah, the Zemo one looks good.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't
Looks
have
like
his
they're
crown
leaning more into comics. Yeah, he's not going to get that yet.
Get that crown.
I know. It's going to happen.
Does Winter Soldier have a metal arm? Yes, he does.
Yeah.
like, did he have his
still
arm
has
grow
the
back?
he still has the Wakandan vibranium arm. Last bit of news. Another movie going straight to streaming.
Whatever happened to one more? What is it with you and two things that equal one?
Oh, it's page reloaded. With Wonder Woman 1984 and possibly Kong Skull Island, The Suicide Squad will simultaneously release in theaters and on HBO Max.
Oh, when is that release date?
Well, let me tell you. When
Please.
I go in here and read this.
He has no idea.
The page is
it doesn't
loading.
say.
He literally
it doesn't
just
say.
posted it.
It just says 2021.
I think that's our new normal. I think movies are just going to come to us now for a while.
That's kind of crazy to me.
I'm not mad about it.
You know what? Like I said before, there are certain movies I like to see in theaters, but right now I don't want to be forced to go to the movies.
I don't want
It's
to
just-
accidentally touch somebody else's gum under my chair.
Yeah.
And the movie
Ruins the experience. I can make popcorn at home.
Yeah, the the movie folks and the movie studios were probably like, you know what, we're tired of not making any money, so
They hit a point where it's like either we're just not going to release it,
yeah.
or we just have to bite the bullet.
What about movies like Marvel that have had freaking forever to to build up these stories, and now
Them
they've all
things are
come to
percolating.
it's come to a screeching halt. I mean, these crazy stories.
Is this our first year we're not going to get any Marvel movies?
Yes.
Not one.
Not one.
Did
We
we
went-
not have one in
we went-
February?
Nope.
We went one a year to two a year to
none.
3 a year to none a year.
But
I
they
know.
are scheduled for 4 next year.
Yes, next year's
Okay.
supposed to be a big deal. We're supposed to have Black Widow, Spider-Man, I think, Thor:
Yeah.
Love and Thunder, and
Thor: Love and Thunder
Multiverse of Madness.
I think Thor: Love and Thunder got pushed to the beginning of 22.
I don't.
It was supposed to come
I'm
out.
ready to see them again.
Yes, all it doesn't matter. I need to see them.
All right,
Because they got the shit lined up for 15 years.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you
do.
know,
and
there's
then
a
some,
whiteboard.
and then some.
So they got to get this stuff out so
Yeah.
they can keep going.
This stuff right now is old hat for the folks at Marvel. They're like, all right, man, let's
We're
get
sick of
Love and
talking
Thunder.
about
let's,
this.
let's get the new stuff out that we're thinking about now.
They're thinking about Fantastic Four and X-Men stuff. They're they're 5 years ahead.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's get into the reason we have this episode here. The Boys Season 2. And I will come out and we'll take a vote here, but I assume yes. Spoilers?
Yeah.
Spoilers?
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers?
It's been over for a month
Okay.
and a half or more. I feel like if you don't want spoilers, then we're all just mad at you. because
Here's
at
your
this point, you should've just
non-spoiler
watched it.
review right here. It is amazing. Go watch it.
Yeah.
On to spoilers.
Here's another spoiler-free review. If you didn't think they could top what they did last year, they can.
Yeah.
How'd they do it?
You know, that's an interesting question, and I'm so glad you asked that.
Are we going into spoilers now?
Yeah.
Okay.
They explored different facets of each character.
Mhm.
I think they made it a more human story and not a superhero story.
Yep.
I think they continue to surprise us with plot twists and things like that. And I want to get into everybody's favorite moment of season 2.
Oof.
I know there's a lot. I have some notes here of things I want to touch on.
Is it when the Gills talk and it's Patton Oswalt's voice?
I really wanted Patton Oswalt to be Tech Knight, but when I heard him out of the Gills, I'm like, all right.
Okay, so if you go back and listen to our episode of the recap of season 1, everything we thought was going to happen, none of it
Didn't happen.
happened.
Yeah.
So that stuff is still in the wings.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
They can do a whole. They can go take all that stuff that we thought was going to be season 2 and make that season 3.
Yeah.
Or 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Aren't they
I
around
think
for
we're
a while?
about to see a major shift with the way that season ended.
Mhm.
I think I almost felt like, oh, this is a prequel to all the stuff that might be happening in the comics and all the things that I saw coming, and I said this might happen. I really was like, holy shit, man! I couldn't believe they were going to go this way. But at the end, I was like, here we go. Now we're going to get it.
And okay, we'll save. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. All right. So I have a couple notes here, and
Okay.
one of the things were, what are the questions from season 1's finale? What did we want to know? What did we think was going to happen? And feel free to add any of this stuff in here. First of all, where the fuck was Billy? Billy Butcher.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's going on with Billy? Where's he going to be? Where are we going to pick off in season 2? Obviously, that gets answered not right away.
No, they make us wait for it.
I know. I was like,
I like it.
where's my
Like a
dog,
really
Billy?
long time.
It's like
Yeah.
episode 3.
I think it was the end of episode 2.
Okay,
Where I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm never wrong though.
but that's a long time for the main character of a show.
It was,
Yeah.
it was several episodes in.
Are the boys totally fucked?
Yes.
Was my next question.
That was what you were thinking at the end of season 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are the boys absolutely screwed? And this is kind of a two-parter. A, what's going to happen to A-Train? B, is Starlight going to get found out? And I think we got both of those questions answered
Mm-hmm.
pretty well.
Fresca.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I figured, so the next thing I have is an update on the 7. I figured we'd go down the roster
Mm-hmm.
and kind of see where everybody's sitting.
Let's do it.
Do you have a favorite member of the 7? I do.
It's going to change probably episode by episode. But if
no kidding.
but if I had to pick one right now, oh my god, I can't pick one.
Yeah? How about you? You got one?
Um,
This is the season 2 7 with Stormfront.
I like the Deep. I love the
He
Deep.
wasn't technically a member of the 7, but that's a great
Yes.
pick. I do like the Deep.
I like
I
his
like
arc
Black
in the
Noir.
season.
Me too.
I like
That's my
Black Noir.
guy.
I mean, obviously, there's the
Black
obvious
Noir.
choice
Yeah.
of Homelander.
Oh, yeah.
You either
But
hate
I-
Homelander the most, love Starlight
But I
the
had
most.
such an emotional roller coaster of a relationship with him in season 2 because there were moments that I was like, I cannot stand you.
Yeah.
And there were moments of absolute just mountains of cringe that
Oh.
I like thinking about now makes me want to vomit.
So the amount of creepiness from season 1 with Homelander
It
was definitely
times a million.
screen time, I think, toned down
What?
quite a bit.
No. I think
But-
he was more of an asshole in season 1, and in season 2 it just got fucking weird.
He was a weirdo, man.
It got weird.
I
Got
think
real
Like,
weird.
uncomfortable.
I think with the weird sexual stuff that happens with him, they combined it all into that 2 scenes.
That's
Oh.
enough. But those scenes are like 11
They're
minutes
burned
long.
in my
Your
mind.
eyes just burn. You can't stop watching because you have to. But,
But I don't think he was as creepy for as long. He's definitely still creepy,
no.
but for
I
as
would
long as he
rather
was
smaller doses of weird and creepy than literally at least 8 to 10 minutes of having to
Oh
watch
my
him be a
God.
fucking creep.
yeah.
Like just being. I didn't like it. I
That first
didn't
scene
like it.
confused me so much when it started. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh, when Stillwell was back,
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
I was like, oh man,
And then that
What?
shapeshifter, I don't remember his name.
me neither.
And I
And
was
he
just
was
like,
blowing
"What?"
himself. No, thank you.
That didn't happen. It
That-
didn't happen.
It seemed like it was.
It looked like it was about to.
And that's what I mean. That was the end of the 11-minute.
It was
Cringe
definitely
fest.
cringeworthy.
Yeah.
So the
All
reason
right.
I love the Deep is because just every time you saw his shitty life,
Yeah.
it
just
just
felt
made
worse.
me so happy. Like it brought me joy because he was such a shithead in the first
That's
season,
true.
Yeah.
He was.
especially early on.
Yeah.
So just to see that like a shitty person got what they deserved,
That's
Yeah.
true.
just brings me so much satisfaction.
Him locking down the kiddie park, though, I was like, this is my jam right here. This is what I needed.
But Black Noir just had. I mean, not only is there so much mystery behind him as a character for obvious reasons, or for obvious visuals that we see from him, but he's obviously super badass.
Yeah.
And you don't know anything about him. And I mean, aside from just the way he looks and the fact that you don't even know what he looks like underneath his costume, there's obviously mystery there. But the fact that we have no story about him yet makes it so suspenseful. And it makes me love it.
We didn't get the big reveal I thought we were
No.
going to get based
Me
on the
neither.
comics.
It doesn't
Me
mean
neither.
that it's not going to happen.
And then the way he dies is
He
just
doesn't die. He doesn't die.
Oh, he doesn't die?
No.
I'm going off of memory.
No, he doesn't
He's
die.
not. He's not dead.
No.
Okay.
Noir, they do mention he's unresponsive in intensive care, but he is not dead.
Okay, good. Because I don't want him to be gone.
Me
So
neither.
I was like, I don't want him to be gone, but what a hilarious way to kill a superhero.
And what a person to step in and do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for it to be Starlight. I was sitting there thinking, oh, Starlight, boo, I'm sorry. You had a good run. I thought Noir was straight up going to kill her, and then out of nowhere comes Queen Maeve. And I was like, okay, is she breaking up a fight? Does she know what she's doing? And then she did that and was like, get out of here. I was like, oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
All season long, I'm like, we're going to lose somebody.
Yeah.
Who is it going to be? And I'm gonna, no matter who it is, I'm going to be sad about
I
it.
hope Noir wakes up, too, because I want to see round 2.
Yeah.
I will say that Queen Maeve, I had mixed feelings about her this season too. I think that she, like, that kind of saved her for me, was that kind of heroic. She did that a couple times, actually, to Starlight. Very heroic, sort of, I've got this, you know, whatevers. And she's done that a couple times, you know, between season 1 and season 2. But there was so much, it was like a soap opera with her in season 2. It was a little too...
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, I liked that they're bringing out her kind of personal life and things, but it just got a little...
They were using her to show the pressure that the heroes are under.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And how they had real lives and real struggles. And when she looks at the lady, says, no, you're not supposed to be here with dudes. You're supposed to be gay and out of this. And she's like, can you be a fucking human for a second?
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
So I would say the first half of season 2, I was kind of like, I don't really like how this is going. But then when she does start, when you start to see that kind of side of things and you understand it more, and she does the whole Starlight go thing.
She's just worried about her fiance getting killed too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At any moment.
Mm-hmm.
I like that arc of her character because when we first meet her, she's like this dead-eyed zombie almost.
I've been here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like,
pretty much
I've been a
through this.
superhero for as long as you've been alive. Like, this is how we do it, blah, blah, blah. You see why she's so jaded and kind of dead to emotion, and then you see her kind of come back to that and turn into a regular person again and have, like, wants and needs and fears and everything else. So it's a wonderful art to see a superhero, basically Wonder Woman. She's basically Wonder Woman. Almost humanized.
She's meant to be Wonder Woman, I think.
Yeah. So she gets humanized by relationships and, like I said, wants and needs and feelings, and I don't know. I loved it.
And that's, I mean, I definitely get your point, and that makes a lot of sense, more so now that you say it. But, like, what I really kind of do appreciate about that, now that you say that, is in season 1, we didn't know a whole lot about Compound V. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like, we did, but we didn't.
Not till, like, episode 6 or...
Right, but we didn't know the extremes.
Oh, that's not true. We knew about it earlier. Sorry.
Did it? Did
I
we?
misspoke. Yeah, from A-Train.
Yeah.
Okay.
You find out about
we know
A-Train
that it
in the
makes them
second
more
episode.
powerful, not that it creates them.
Yeah. We find
So
out
we
that it
didn't-
creates
we
them
knew
later.
We knew what it was. We didn't know the extent of its use.
Yeah.
Right. So when we started, and that's why, like, seeing her more humanized, it's like, well, that's funny because that's what they technically are. They're not born superheroes like we all thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
They're born humans, and they're created with this powerful stuff.
Yeah. Compound V.
Yeah, but I was going to use
Which
that
is, you kind of start to show. And that was one of my favorite things, too, from this season, was Homelander starting to feel like, and we'll get back to the rest of the 7, Homelander feeling like he was losing his grip on the 7, and him being like, I am Vought. The reason this company exists is because of me, blah, blah, blah. Then he goes into Stan Edgar. These are my notes. Stan Edgar.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
And then he tells him to go fuck himself.
Yeah. And I was like, I did not see that going down that way. I did not see Stan Edgar handing Homelander his ass in such epic fashion and making Homelander look like a scolded child by the end of it. I was like, oh my God.
He's a pretty, like, for a small guy, he's a pretty, like,
He has a very commanding presence.
Yeah, commanding.
He's the
kind of
best character
intimidating.
actor of our generation.
Well, come
fight me,
on.
fight me.
I
me.
will fight you.
Breaking Bad?
Yeah, what about Breaking Bad?
It's fantastic. In
You're
Breaking
you're
Bad.
going to ignore the lead in Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston?
Well, I meant character actor, but I mean, he plays that particular
Like a typecast kind of
Yeah.
thing. Not typecast. He's a phenomenal actor, but
Yes.
you're right. He plays the same role.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
because he
character actor
plays
as in
what's-his-face
can
in-
pick any role and
He's
roll
the chicken
with it.
man. But yeah, like he brings that intensity and that like quiet strength to everything he
because
does.
he does
Yeah.
in
And
Mando
I love
as well.
Yeah, so he's just
Yeah.
he plays that role really well. When I meant character actor, that's what I meant. I meant somebody who plays that similar role
Gotcha.
in everything.
Like
He's
the
a-
Jason
he's a-
Stathams of the world.
Yes,
Exactly.
I would say he's a typecast in a very positive way,
Yeah.
not just
Yeah, because I can
Not
see him.
Jason Statham.
He can do that in space. He can do that with superheroes. He can do it with drug dealers.
yeah, that's true.
So, we talked about Black Noir. We've talked about Queen Maeve. Let's talk about A-Train for a second. I think A-Train had a decent arc in season 2. Kind
He definitely didn't have the
time,
spotlight.
Dude, we know you suck. We know your heart is exploding. You're about to be off the 7. Just get out of here.
He was in he was in one of my favorite scenes of this when he tried to rewrite the script for his own movie, and they're just like, "Oh, bud, no,
Yeah,
absolutely
sorry, that's not going to happen.
not."
You're going to do this scene where you give up and say you're no longer part of the 7, and then you're moving on. That's it. I was like, ooh, harsh.
Prepare yourself for Comic-Con.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh my gosh. First of all, I wasn't surprised that he survived. I knew that was going to happen, but him looking at Starlight and not being like, hey, buddy, blah, 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 him being like, no, F you. You're the reason all this is going on. But I still recognize that you saved my life, so I'm not going to rat you out, and I'm not going to kill you. But I know it's you. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep.
I love that actor.
Yeah, he's good. He's talented. And so is the next person I'm about to talk about. Mrs. Starlight.
Ooh, Erin Moriarty.
Moriarty. I thought she did a good job too. She was she's very interesting, her character. Like I feel like in season 1 she had that same struggle of am I going to be a hero or am I going to be something else?
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of rehashed that with her this year.
Yeah.
Although the stakes got higher for her this year, big
Mhm.
time. Even to so far as to getting arrested
Mm-hmm.
and thrown.
Her
in
mom
a-
got
in a
captured.
cell. Yeah, yeah. I was I was a little tired of Starlight this year.
Because she had such a big focus in the first season, I just it was time to kind of pass that on to somebody else.
Yeah. Who do you think took that?
It was very Homelander heavy,
I was gonna say
Yeah.
him,
especially towards the end.
and what's her face?
Stormfront.
Oh,
Stormfront.
There you go. There's the answer. Stormfront. That's who took the spotlight this season.
Stormfront in a major way. And you know the thing about Stormfront too is I don't think she took the spotlight in the same way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like with Starlight, it was very emotion, very I don't know, very character driven in her and her background and all that kind of stuff. And Stormfront was just kind of like, I'm in your face. This is what I'm doing. There wasn't a lot of like emotion to her until the
Yeah.
very end.
I think at least my emotional tie to her was we all know somebody like that and we don't like it. We all know somebody who acts like that. So I was like, oh, I hate her so much.
Yeah.
And then you find out the big things about her and you're like, I knew something was wrong with her.
Yeah. And that road trip is kind of what I was talking about. I mean, I don't know. I thought that Stormfront was a perfect answer for who they should focus on this year. You know, it's kind of a not out of touch, but an immortal superhero who you find out is Frederick Vaught's wife.
Oh my God, I didn't see that coming.
She's a Nazi trying to still create the perfect race, and you say that, and the next thing they show is Homelander, and you're like, oh God.
Every time she motioned towards him and his blonde hair and blue eyes, like I just got chills. I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Especially, so the first time you see that is when they're going after the superhero terrorist, which is another big, big focus of this, was them instilling fear in people.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Kyoto's brother.
Yeah.
Kimiko's brother.
Kamiko's brother. And the guy who played, what's his name from Community? Fat Neil.
Oh,
He's the guy who they showed day after day after day buying the propaganda. Are there superhero terrorists? And then he sees a reflection and somebody's like, "You're a fucking super terrorist. I know you are," and then shoots him right in the face.
Jesus.
It's like, man, it shows the depth, and I thought that was a pretty good reflection of society nowadays.
Yep.
I actually want to talk about the whole Stormlander being the, what did you say?
Stormfront.
No.
Is Stormlander their couple name?
I was about to say.
It's their team up name.
Bennifer.
Shit. No. What the fuck's his name?
Who?
Homelander?
Homelander. God, I couldn't get Stormlander out of my head. Homelander.
Salamander.
So when I don't know why I didn't realize this, but I didn't realize it until you just said what you said about how Stormfront and Mr. Vought wanted to make the perfect human.
Right. That's what I just said.
I know. He
It all
was
clicked in your head?
extremely blonde with the brightest blue eyes I've ever seen, and
Yeah.
Mr. Vought was a fucking Nazi. I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. That is perfect writing.
And that's why she's so obsessed with the sun, too.
Yeah.
She's like, ooh.
There's another blonde-haired,
Now
blue-eyed
he
little superhero.
Is less weird as a character. Just going to put it
Yeah.
out there. He's nothing like his dad.
So how
Yeah.
deep are we going to dive into Stormfront? Are we going for it?
Let's get.
Or should we
through-
move on?
Yeah, let's get through a couple other things.
Okay.
Because
She's the
that-
Thor-ish character.
we still
of
haven't
these.
even gotten to the head explodies,
Oh, my God. What a weird twist and turn that was.
or the Church of the Collective.
Oh, I think the Church of the Collective was my favorite subplot of the season.
Me too.
So
With that guy
strange.
Eagle Eye being
Yes.
like, "Come on, man, tell your truth," or whatever it is. I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
When they kept offering Fresca, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
yeah, want a Fresca? Want a Fresca?" And then at the end, he's like, "I don't want your fucking Fresca."
I don't want your
I was like, "Is something going on with the Fresca?"
I thought the Fresca was going to have something in
like
it.
a
or-
drug.
Me too.
I did
Yeah.
too.
Me,
But
It
it's
was
just
gonna
like,
have like a happy pill crushed up in it or something.
right. That's what I thought the whole time.
I think
and
it's
it
just like
didn't
a weird trigger kind of thing.
like
just
a Pavlov's dog kind of
yeah.
thing.
Want a
Yes.
Fresca?
Here's the church. Here's a Fresca.
Yeah.
Mint
Wow.
Dwight?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Mint
Mint
Dwight? Mint Dwight?
Yeah, the Church of the Collective. I was like, I want to see this go somewhere. I really
Mhm.
did. I wanted to see them be some kind of superpower. And then, who shows up to wreck the day? Stan effing Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
They have that meeting, and Stan Edgar's like, yeah, the church is in debt right now, right? Like, you guys aren't doing well? Is that why you want to get people in the 7? Because you take, what, 75% of their paycheck? I was like, man, the boys are looking at everybody right now and just
Mhm.
calling them out. What, do you think that was a shot at, like, Scientology or something?
It's got to be
I felt like it to me. I was like, man,
the Church of the Collective.
they're going after the media. They're going after Big Pharma,
Social media.
social media. They are going after everything. And I
Mhm.
love it. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of all that, then you have somebody, the title crew, the boys, that we haven't even talked about yet.
Oh my God, and that could be a whole episode in their selves. Like
Golly, they are scrambling in it.
they're
early
living under
on.
a pawn shop or something in New York City.
And early on, you're like, they hit a home run. They exposed Compound V.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Now I want to see where it goes. And who steps in? Stan fucking Edgar. And says, we're just going to pivot. We know about Compound V. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we're moving on. Here's what it is. Here's what we use it for. Here's how much you can buy it for.
Yep.
I was
Sounds
like,
eerily
oh
familiar.
my God. And then you see Black Noir sitting in the hallway crying as he sees the story released.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Living in a pawn shop, trying to find a way out. No
Going,
Billy.
Where the hell is Billy? Like,
No Billy.
is he dead? Is
And
he
they
coming
say,
back?
Let's reach out to the CIA. The CIA can help us. And the first person they meet with the CIA is like, don't worry, guys. I got you.
Head
Off
explodes.
goes her head. And that you don't see coming.
No,
that moment.
no.
Okay, I was sitting on my couch watching. I'm like, this is a good episode. I really like this.
No.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
And you're mentally thinking of her involvement, how she's going
I'm
to
like,
help.
all right. She's getting in there. She's going to help him out. This is where it turns. And then, boom! I literally went, holy shit!
I'm pretty
my house.
I'm pretty sure the rest of the episode I was in Indian style, sitting on the couch with my hand, like my head on my hands, like, okay, I'm watching. I can't miss anything. What the fuck just happened?
I literally
Yeah.
like levitated off the couch. I was like, what just happened?
Yeah. Yeah, that got everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was one of those jaw drop. We look at each other and we're like, what?
And I like how that was a recurring theme throughout the season, but it wasn't
Overbearing.
They didn't lean on it. They didn't go like, "Who is it? Who's doing this?" Blah, blah. They just kind of did it and they're like, "Oh, that was weird," and
Yeah.
then they just kind of moved on.
What just happened? But then you're in this crazy world of superheroes.
Yeah, because I was convinced it was
Stormfront.
the escaped convict.
Oh, well, yeah, after we met her. And then we find out that Vought
Oh.
is basically taking people as guinea pigs and testing them out in this facility where Lamplighter is still around.
That was a great episode.
That
too.
was a great episode.
Mother's Milk, R.I.P., buddy. You got choked by a dick. I'm sorry.
Oh,
We
oh my
said
god!
spoilers. He got choked by a dick.
Jesus, like so much happened.
Yeah.
Was it 8 or 10 episodes?
It's usually 8. Yeah.
So much happened in 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Really, truly. And the best part was
And it didn't
when
feel rushed.
They finally, golly, right when you think the boys are about to win, right?
That's usually how it
And
works.
then Vought is about to have the biggest testimony of their lives. This guy's like, Billy shows up after being where he's been forever. Everybody's threatening this guy, and he's told him to piss off. Billy goes there and goes the old-fashioned way. He goes, I'm going to beat the shit out of your daughter and kill her in front of you. And he's like, I'll testify.
The chief science officer of Vought.
Yeah. And
He has
he's
all the dirt.
strolling up, and Homelander's looking at him like, oh, my God.
Dad?
Yeah. And everybody's like, this is about to go down.
It was like pin drop
And
quiet.
then all of a sudden, off goes the head. And then
then-
everybody else around, pop, pop, pop. I'm watching, and I'm like, oh
was
my
another
God,
one.
who are they going to get? I was like, Stormfront's in there. And at the time, I thought it was Stormfront. I was like, Homelander's in there, but Homelander's walking around like, what the fuck? Like, he doesn't know what's going on. And you don't find out who it is till the very last frame.
Last 10 seconds.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that too. So.
Let's get to Billy. Let's talk about Billy. Billy's story arc in season 2.
Ugh.
And I want to get a favorite moment from season 2 for everybody.
That's tough. I got like 3 off the top of my head right now, and they're all morbid as hell.
Billy finds out not only did Homelander not kill his girl, but they had an affair and there was a baby from it. And he wakes up in the middle of Texas, I think, trying to retrace his steps and figure out where he was. And then he finds out he's a fugitive on TV in the restaurant. He's like, this is great. Yeah, man. And Billy, I think, was more unhinged this season than he was last season, somehow.
Yeah, he was pulling out some crazy ideas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, the way he handled Kimiko's brother, the way he handled Homelander in the sewers,
Mm-hmm.
the way he was willing to just trade anybody in.
Oh, speaking of the sewers, are we going to talk about the boat scene? Because that's my favorite.
Oh my
Is
gosh.
When he runs into, what's her name? What's the whale's
Oh.
name?
Petunia or
Petunia
something.
or something. Oh,
What a ridiculous scene.
I loved
and
it.
it looked so good.
yeah.
It did.
How is that TV? Like, it just, that is cinema quality
So
right there.
Your favorite part is when they run into the whale.
Just everything that happened between being on the boat, the whale, and then going into the sewers. Like, that whole
I was
sequence.
going to say, Mother's Milk has a very powerful scene there. When he
Oh,
goes
yeah,
back,
it
he's
does.
like, all right, well, then we're both getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And Huey's like, wait, no. He's like, all right, no, we're chilling here, man. If that's what you want. That's what we're going to do. He's like, all right, let's go. And they're sitting in a whale carcass. Can you imagine what that must have smelled like?
Oh, God. Vomit.
Mm.
All right. So Billy,
Mm-hmm.
obviously things go awry, but he finds where his wife is.
Yeah, he spends the whole first half of the first couple of episodes trying to track down that location
Uh-huh.
where his wife and her
And you
son
find
are.
out it's not just some rural neighborhood. It's an entire county that has been built full of actors for nothing but
That kid.
Billy's wife and that kid.
They got a Truman Show situation going
That
on.
Oh, yeah.
kid is seen as the answer to Homelander. If Homelander ever goes off the rails, we got a more powerful Homelander right there. Holy shit.
So he's the first natural-born superhero.
Correct. He is
Okay.
the first born superhero that does not have to have Compound V, and he is exponentially, from what you could see from what he did, more powerful than Homelander
Mm-hmm.
as a kid. And Billy definitely struggles with that. And I think his wife calls him out on it, rightfully so. She's like, you don't care about him, dude. You just want me. And you want me away from him, but he's my son. He's like, nah, it's cool. I want you both. But you could tell he was lying.
Mm-hmm. He's always lying.
But, yeah, everything he says you could pretty much assume is probably a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And then him finally, getting the plan together, I felt like he finally had something in a direction he wanted to go to take down Vought, and then his wife shows up again and says, he took my son, I need him. And he's like, yeah, all right, I got you. Then he swears on his dead brother, who, by the way, we meet the rest of Billy's family this season.
So weird.
We met Terror.
Yes, and Terror was in there as well.
His English bulldog.
Yes, Terra. Fuck it.
Fucking Terror.
Yeah, that was cool. But, and then the final showdown.
Oh,
Homelander, Stormfront, Starlight, the boys, all going at it.
a bazooka.
And we find out finally that Stormfront is the Nazi. Who gets him that information? A-Train. Because A-Train wants back in the 7, and he overhears Stan Edgar and the head of the Church of the Collective, and he goes, you know why Stormfront doesn't like A-Train. He's
Oh.
like, I know. And then A-Train's like, motherfucker.
Oh, my God.
And then all of a sudden, here's what you want. It's right here.
Yep.
Blast that. She's gone. I was like, yeah! But then he's like, hey, we're cool. I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, this is it. We're
done.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I don't know what's going to happen with him. But I just keep dancing around my favorite aspect of season 2. And that was watching Homelander come from somebody who was like, oh, I have a son, cool, to somebody who's like, oh, I have a son, I genuinely care about this life form.
So weird.
And it was weird to see him go from, you're going to be strong, you're going to be powerful, and treating them the way Vought obviously treated him,
Mm-hmm.
to starting to recognize when his son was in distress or when his son was dealing with something, and him going, okay, all right, I get this. And he would get down on his level and explain things to him and
Hey, buddy.
relate to him. And when I first did this is what happened to me. And it creeps me out because that's stuff I do with my sons. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, when I was in your situation, here's what I did. And I was like, oh, my God, they're showing Homelander have actual feelings.
It was so weird to see.
It was a redeeming quality for me in a little bit because
Yeah.
I see how he's acting. I'm like, okay, Homelander's not completely, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. He's not unredeemable.
And what a weird decision to kind of decide to make him go in. Like, you try and redeem him with those personal qualities like that, and then you just bring in an even worse person to kind of help you gloss over that situation.
Well, that happened, and then as soon as they came in and Billy double crosses everybody, as Billy does.
He did a Billy.
Yeah. And Homelander walked in, and she can back me up on this. Homelander walked in, and they were all standing there, and he goes, did somebody say Billy Butcher?
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he said that, I looked at him, go, they're all dead.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them.
Done.
He's like, where's my son? The guy's like, 15%, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Zoom, dead. And then he goes, well, when he closed the door, as soon as he closed the door, I was like, well, okay, sorry, guys. I'd have been like, I can tell you exactly where they are. Do not kill me. I know where they are. I'll tell you right now.
South Dakota.
Yep. They're over there. Go there now. And then be like,
They're
boys,
right behind
boys,
you.
well, they're behind your ear. Whoa. Anyway, that was my favorite, was seeing, having always felt a certain way about Homelander and how crazy he was, and then making me actually give a shit about Homelander for
How
a
dare
second.
they?
I was like, man, that's good writing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess the biggest spoiler is who's the head popper? Who's the one going around here throwing a wrench in everything? Oh, it's Huey's new boss, the senator, who's been trying to help the boys and take down Vought this entire time.
So where the hell? I don't even know where this is going.
Me neither.
I don't even have a theory.
Me neither.
Which I love, because I'm like, I don't want to be 2 steps ahead of everything.
The scientist who's about to do what she, on the surface, wants.
Yes, bring him in. He can testify.
Take down everything. We need to get him in front of everything. She's a double agent. She works for Stan Edgar.
And she's a senator, for fuck's sake.
You think so?
I think so. Now that I say it out loud, why would she want to bring Vaught's biggest crutch out in the open?
But why was she so active against it going into that then?
Because she knew that people going against Vought would bring him right to her. Who's the biggest face against Vought? Her. Let's bring people to her. And so then, think about it like this. This is the only thing that kind of throws a wrench in it. When she's popping everybody's heads, she's popping them at random. Doesn't touch Stormfront. Doesn't touch Homelander. But she does touch, what's his name? The other speedster.
Oh, I don't remember his name. The red speedster.
Yeah.
Red A-Train.
Can't remember.
Red A-Train.
Red
B-Train.
Shockwave. Yeah. She explodes Shockwave, which I guess he's a B-level character. He's not somebody. So that will throw the scent off of the fact that not all Vought people died. But now it makes sense. And now Huey is getting an actual job going to work for her. And I have a feeling he's going to be the one to find out that she's the head popper.
Oh, shit.
Man. That's going to be insane.
Ugh.
So, what was your favorite from season 2?
If I say it's When We Met Terror, does that totally disenfranchise the whole... I'm just kidding.
No? I mean, if that's your favorite.
Hey,
No,
you like what you
of
like.
all these wonderful things we brought up, sure, the dog.
I liked a lot of different parts, but I have to say the one that kind of got me like to stop breathing the longest, and I was kind of on the edge of my seat, was when Vought gets discovered and Homelander is about to do that little press conference in front of Vought, and he just fucking heat waves everybody, or what's the thing? Laser eyes the entire 150 plus people, men, women, and children that are out there.
When the officer flips him off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I was like,
I know. And that was a good, like, 45 seconds, and I don't think that I took a breath, because I was like, oh, my God.
Because you realized he could do that whenever he wanted.
Oh, yeah. And in his mind, that's what he's thinking, and that it goes right back to him.
But they go
like
back
normal.
to it, and the only thing that is keeping him holding on is the fact that people love him.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that made me mad during the entire season, that bait and switch, because they push that heavily in the marketing pieces, and I'm like, I want to see that. I want to see him snap.
Yeah.
But
I think they're holding out because it's still too early for him to snap.
But don't show it to me now and take it away.
It's the same thing with with Noir. It's like if we're going to talk quickly about what we want to see out of season 3, which
for sure that was definitely part of the plan. Yeah.
Well, spoilers for the comics, I'm assuming.
No,
is where we're going.
No. I'm going with what we've currently seen, and I want to see that.
I think by season 3, us knowing his identity is not too soon. But Homelander totally. I mean, he already snaps and gets all Looney Tune as it is, but him snapping like that and killing women and children and all that other chaos, I don't think. I mean, I'm ready for it, but I don't think that the story is.
They should hold out longer.
Just it's keeping us coming back.
This is going to be a 5-season show,
at least, and a movie, right?
Yeah. I think 5 seasons.
But that's kind of what I want to see. I want to see a little bit more into Noir's character, because I agree. I don't think that he's dead either. And
he's obviously was being puppeted by Stan Edgar.
And I want to see the boys pumped full of E.
I really want to see that.
Or at least Billy Butcher losing his fucking mind, because we just saw him lose his wife.
That's what I was going to say. I think in season 3, we are going to see an even more unhinged Billy Butcher.
Yep.
And on top of an unhinged Billy Butcher, now he works for the federal government. So, what? The boys are clearly going to be back.
Man, I got to say, Butcher handed off that kid real fast.
Yeah, he did. Because he wanted to kill him.
Yeah, he's like, just take him.
Take the kid.
Take him somewhere. I
Yep.
don't know. Take care
I
of
think
him.
it was kind of a take him because I want to kill him.
Yeah.
I think he only picked the kid up to piss Homelander off.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I do think we see a true blue Stormfront. Stormfront's dead. Bye, Stormfront. Bye.
You won't be missed.
The kid killed you. Bye. I think we're going to see a unhinged Homelander. I think we're going to see the boys start systematically taking out more and more superheroes. I think we do see Compound V. And I think we see the Deep return to the Seven.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
What about A-Train?
I think A-Train is going to die.
Mm.
I think A-Train is going to be happy to be back in the limelight, and something's going to happen, and he's going to die.
Shit.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. And honorable mention to the deaf superhero they tried to bring back into the Seven.
Holy shit. That scene was a roller coaster ride. I was excited / upset / dumbfounded.
He's the newest member of the Seven. I can read your lips. Boom.
Thunderclap.
Now what?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, he's got a point.
I do like where they take those moments to prove that these people are extremely powerful.
Yeah.
Like we see them in all the scenes, so it kind of
Like the
dulls
guy,
us to
the
that.
guy who sells himself basically sexually, and people chop him up.
The
into little
self-mutilator.
Oh,
pieces.
yeah.
The self-mutilator, the guy that can literally be like any serial killer's
I
fantasy.
forget these little guys'
Oof.
names. But yeah.
That guy.
Hey, you want to cut my dick off for $500?
oh my god.
Ugh. And then he goes, you can keep that if you want. It'll grow back.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it was not. I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Mm.
So, things you want to see from
I
season
forgot
3.
about that. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're
again.
Whose character arc are you most excited for in season 3? It can be a big one. Nobody cares.
It's up to you. It's your opinion. Doesn't have to be good.
What about you guys? I'm thinking.
I want to
I'm
see the
processing.
senator. I want to see what happens with her
Yeah.
more than anybody.
Yeah, mainly because that's
Well, that's gonna be the
that's
most
hanger.
exciting.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially because I
What-
think it's going
I
to be
have a
very
runner-up pick
politically
then if
heavy.
you don't like that one.
I mean, I like it. I just agree with it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody. I mean, I'm excited to see where everybody goes.
There's somebody you mentioned that I'm surprised isn't coming to the forefront of your mind right now.
The Deep?
No.
Who?
No. The crazy girl from the Psych.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be something. You mean Grown Up 11?
Yeah. Who was a badass
Oh, yeah.
and couldn't be brought down by anybody.
Mm-mm.
I was like,
Well,
ooh,
that's gonna be a
Is that
problem.
who plays her?
No.
Oh, I was like, wait a second.
No.
Oh, you're talking about with the powers and shit.
Because she had a shaved head.
yes,
And,
I was
yeah.
like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He's talking about V for Vendetta, who was
Yes. No. What?
in there. Nothing.
I'm excited for everybody. Like,
Yeah.
shit, man. It's a
Yeah.
good show.
It really is.
Ryan, you should watch it.
You
Yeah,
he's-
Ryan.
He said, one more day, man. That's all I needed. One more day. Sorry, buddy. He'll be back soon. But yeah, what about you? What do you want
Story
to see?
arc?
Yeah.
Terror. I told
What
him
is that dog's
I told
journey?
Him,
All right. Well, that's going to do it.
I told him that when all that shit was going down, I said, if the dog dies, I'm not watching any more of this fucking show.
So
that's a
this
lot.
is a running thing with Megan. If the dog dies in the show, she's done.
Done.
All of
Really?
my
Wash
D&D
my hands
party
of it.
has told me that if the NPC dog that I have recurring, if that dog dies, I'm done.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You're going to be real sad.
Shut up. I'll just never mind. I just no. I don't like it. Story arc. I am still kind of sticking on Black Noir. I want to see more of him.
You want to see him wake up.
Yeah, I do, and I don't know. He just seems like such a cool character, and it would. I mean, were we absolutely 100% convinced that what's his face is actually dead?
Who?
Oh wait, never mind. He had that bomb put in his butt in season 1.
What? Who? Oh, Translucent?
Yeah,
He's dead as hell.
He's dead as hell. I forgot
his
about that
guts
part.
are all
He's-
over that
he's-
Italian
I know.
restaurant.
He's wallpaper now.
I forgot about that part, but for some reason I was mentally stuck in the the way that the Seven thinks.
Oh,
He's
okay.
just-
Honorable mention for something that just made me so happy during the season. Kamiko and her brother, and then Kamiko and Frenchie with the sign language. And
I can't believe you didn't mention
made-up
Frenchie
language.
one
Oh.
time, babe.
Yeah, I love Frenchie, but I thought his story arc was kind of weak this season.
You think so?
Weak.
Oh,
Weak sauce.
I don't agree with that.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, but you were a big Frenchie fan going into season 2, so you were biased.
I like Frenchie. He didn't have a lot of action,
That's true.
But
But
he
there,
had
I
that
think
nice
there's,
emotional
there's,
connection.
There's a lot of character
I
building
liked
in them.
Kamiko a lot more this season than I did last
Well, it's
season.
because
Yeah.
she was. I mean, you saw fire in
grown
her
as a
eyes
character.
every single
No,
time
but
she's on the
she's grown
screen.
a lot. Yeah.
Man, that scene where her brother's being chased to that apartment building by Stormfront. Oof.
That was pretty incredible.
Oof. And then the family and oof.
Yeah.
And Stormfront just killing everybody
Yeah.
indiscriminately. That's when I was
She's
like, okay, we knew she was a bad guy, but this is where they're
She
starting
kills
to
the
show
whole
it.
family. She's like, damn it. Ah.
Yeah.
And it just kind of
Exactly. That was a really
like,
good
oh,
rendition.
I accidentally stepped on somebody.
But
Like,
I kind of picked up on that because I was like, she's killing this black family and kind of like whatever. I was like, is that desensitized or is she weirdly racist? Because she had run-ins with A-Train before that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And it all makes
huh.
sense when you find out who
Something's
she is.
going on
Yeah.
here.
Right.
It all makes sense when
What
you
a
find
great
out who
casting
she is.
that was.
Yeah.
She was really
because
fantastic.
they
really
did a
was
gender
good.
swap from the comics.
Everybody in this show that was on there, I haven't seen one that I'm like, this person's a bad actor. And she knows I am the first person to be like, this one isn't any good. They're not a good actor.
It is so okay. So there's another show on Netflix, or a show on Netflix called Auntie Donna's Big Old House of Fun. It's a sketch comedy show. Anthony Starr is on one of the episodes,
Yeah.
and it is so great to see him outside of Homelander.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
He's been in a lot of stuff apparently, and
Yeah.
we still want him to be Wolverine.
I think
right,
he'd be a
guys?
great Wolverine.
Yeah, me too. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out. Isn't that an Australian
Yeah,
comedy troupe?
They're my favorite Australian YouTubers, so I'm happy that they got their own show.
Right on. Is he Australian?
Yes,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. Wait, New Zealand. He's from New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just above
Kind of the
Australia. Yeah,
Sorry, Australia. I always think that's the same thing.
similar.
I just said it, so that's okay.
They're the same.
They
It's
are the
America and then everybody else.
It's America and North America and South America, and it's all America. Sorry.
Got a little Florida there.
Yeah. Well,
It sounded very George W. Bush.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a little bit of North America, South America. You're all on the axis of evil now. Thank you for checking out the episode of The Boys Season 2 review. You can check us out literally everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, LiveJournal, Grindr, all of it.
Wow, live journal. Wow.
Like us on Grindr.
Like us on all of it. FarmersOnly.com,
Oh, Tristan
J-Date.
Mingle.
Christian Mingle, J-Date.
J-Date.
Hit us up. Until next time.